In this video, I'm going to explain how to plan a single day road trip. When I say a single day road trip, it means the drive is going to last for the entire day. As an example, I have taken a road trip from Bangalore to Mangalore, and as you see from Google Map, it shows 7 hours 9 minutes travel time, 349 kilometers. One thing to note that this does not include any stops. For a journey that lasts 7 hours, more than 7 hours, we will need to plan stops. I would recommend putting stops at least once in 2 to 3 hours, if not less. So each stop is probably going to take 30 minutes. These stops can be for food, breakfast, lunch, etc., or for washrooms or for petrol stops. So if we look at the journey of 7 hours 9 minutes, and if we put two stops, the total journey is going to be 8 hours 9 minutes. That is with two additional stops, each one planned to be for 30 minutes. So let's try to put these stops. Considering that Bangalore will have traffic, being a bigger city, let's try to put the first stop a little earlier than those 2 hours. So let's zoom into the map, and then I just randomly zoomed in and I found a place, Yadiyur. Okay, let's zoom in further and I can see one restaurant here. There is no right or wrong way of doing it. We can go back and forth, zoom in, and then find another stop as well. But for this example, let me put the stop here. So as I move my mouse over that, I get an option to add the stop. And I also get to see when is this place closing, when is this place opening. So if I'm leaving Bangalore, let's say on a Monday morning, this restaurant is going to be open from 7 in the morning. So it should be fine. If I'm leaving at a reasonable hour like 7 or 8 from Bangalore, I will be here when this place will be open. So let me add the stop. And as I add the stop here, it's going to place the stop between the respective points automatically. As you see, it has placed it between Bangalore and Mangalore. In this case, there is only one stop, so it's going to place between these two, the start and the stop points of our journey. And you can see that the journey has increased by a little bit of time here. That's probably because of two reasons. One is that this stop is on the other side of the road, which is also a divided road, so maybe it's going to take a little bit of time to go there and come out and continue the journey. Another reason could be that as we are talking, the traffic conditions might have changed a little bit, so it has added some additional time. Now let's expand this and see how long it is going to take for me to reach this place from Bangalore and what is the rest of the journey going to be. So let's look at the details here, and it says the first leg until this restaurant is 1 hour 46 minutes 89.7 kilometers, and the second leg is 5 hours 34 minutes 259 kilometers. Now let's try to put a stop between this first restaurant and the destination. Again, let's zoom in and let's just look at a point somewhere in this area. Just by visually looking at the map, maybe that's a good point to stop. And as I zoom in, I see a bigger town here. Why do I say bigger town? It has got more streets and roads coming in, and I see a restaurant here. So I put the second stop here, and it has automatically placed it between the first stop and the final destination, and it is not placed in any other place here. And now let's see, the distance has increased by a little bit, and the time also has increased by a little bit because of the stop. It is not because of the time that we plan to spend on the stops. There is no, Google doesn't know that you're spending 30 minutes or 40 minutes. It is just because it needs to reach that stop and maybe take a U-turn and all that kind of stuff to continue the journey. So let's look at the details here. The first stop was 1 hour 46 minutes, 89.7 kilometers away. The second one is 1 hour 58 minutes, 128 kilometers from the first stop. And the third one is 3 hours 40 minutes, 134 kilometers from the second stop, which is the final destination. Now, one observation here is that this 128 kilometers is going to be covered in less than 2 hours, whereas this 134 kilometers, the same comparable distance, is going to take much more time. Why is it so? It's probably because if we look at the satellite map, you can see the brown color here, that is plains, and this is a coastal area. So it's possible, and it is the case, that there is a guard section here, and you can see the mountain region here, and that is why it is going to slow down and take more time for this second, the third leg of this journey, that is from the second stop to the final destination. Now let's go back and let's say if we leave Bangalore at 8 o'clock, we are going to reach here at 9:46, and if we leave in 30 minutes, we will be leaving at 10:16, and another 2 hours, 2 minutes less than 2 hours, so that will be 12:14 at the second stop, and 12:44 if we leave 3 hours 40 minutes, that is 12:44 plus 3 hours 40 minutes, that is 16:24, that's 4:24. So 8 a.m. departure and 4:24 estimated arrival, that is 7 hours 24 minutes plus 2 stops, each one 30 minutes, that is total of 8 hours 24 minutes. So this is how we can plan a journey and also plan the stops in between. A couple of points: one, always drive at the posted speed, do not stretch yourself beyond a certain point, and for beginners it is a good idea to limit your driving within 8 to 10 hours, because fatigue kicks in after 8 hours, and it is always a good idea to have stops once in 2 to 3 hours, if not less. And I know this last leg was 3 hours 40 minutes, but you can always maybe plan a stop in case you need, let's say somewhere in this area, just because I see some town here. So that is up to you. So this is how I plan my trips for a single day car drive.